Tonight, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Thursday Night Football on EA Sports.
Here we go, shot, Cowboy 80. You can't block me, you can't block me.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And able to find Kirk complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 40. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Hurts. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. The offense on third down tonight, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Hurts. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. And a nice play there defensively. And this is a new acquisition, Charles. You and I were talking about it pregame. Just signed as a free agent earlier this week.
Love when they pick up those guys with something to prove. Because any guy who's a free agent off the street, no one else wanted him. So he wants to prove to the rest of the league, you should have signed me first.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this is going to remain a 1-point game. The New York set to take the field. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, they didn't fall behind any further thanks to that missed field goal, but still staring at this 4th quarter deficit. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson. He's got this one completed to Mims. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On the counter, it's Edwards. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
first and 10. It's Wilson. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Throwing again on second and 10. Wilson over the middle, complete. That's Carter. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Throwing is Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 4th down. Zerline's kick is up and through. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. His throw incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. And he comes back with one complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Hurts sets up to throw it. Fires the quick slant. A.J. Brown's got it. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence, because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? Try and go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. First down, here's White. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Hurts. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Play action. Here's Hurts. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard, but more importantly, it leads to 4th down. And not a blitzer, but still able to get there from a strong safety position.
Yeah, I think that was a great example of what they call football IQ. Recognizing he was open, had a chance, and went ahead and got to the quarterback.
Here's A.J. Cole now. He's been terrific so far. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Time for another drive here for this Jets offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. They go play action with Wilson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Got his left. 4 down. Check.
Wilson. That's a screen play here for Carter. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. They'll run with Carter. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Edwards. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run once more with Edwards. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, that one hurts. That wipes away what would have been a big play.
But you and I both know coaches aren't real big on silver linings. But at least that play call was a successful one. Now the focus offensively, that goes to overcoming the penalty and making all that yardage back again.
Here's Edwards again on 2nd down. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
So holding there on the return, and that'll back them up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Hurts trying to hurry up the offense. He'll look to throw. And this will be caught by Brown. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. In position for the possible game winner, but they need to get up and spike it. And that one off the mark. A little late with a throw. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. The kick by Carlson is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
So out now come the Jets. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Throwing now is Wilson. That is caught. Bateman. And he'll get him a first down up past the 40 as the clock ticks on. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. Wilson to throw. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. It's another first down on a big gainer there, 33 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
So it'll all come down to the booming right leg of Greg Zuerlein. He's hit 3 times already, and this for the win. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And I tell you, when it comes to needing a field goal in closing seconds pressure situation, there's something to be said for having a veteran kicker trot out there.
Agreed. It's so nice to have someone you can rely on, someone who you know has done it before. And this guy's as cool as they come, isn't he?
Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won. And fun for us because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.
So for the Jets, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, things are definitely...
Today, from Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Green Bay Packers taking on the Detroit Lions.
And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their... So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Another shot now for this Lions offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Fighting through, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. They'll look to throw here. Open man right side is St. Brown. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. It'll be a gain of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Check 59.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll go right back to St. Brown. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
60 Eagle. Watch number 8.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. So a risky move that does not pay off. And, Charles, you take it from the defensive perspective. They had to be a little offended there that they even tried to go for it back inside their own 20.
Highly offended. And they took the ball away and gave it to their offense in a great situation. But when you look at this thing in total, when you start taking chances like that, you know what that means? You're going to have to take more chances later, right? When you don't convert, that just means you got to double down on it. So we can see this thing pile up as we go on.
Demario Davis there on the stop.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
12 line.
2nd and 5.
Tight end to the left.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
18 Cardinal. Coming this way. Here we go. 59's Mike.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Dancing to his left. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Give him 32 on the play.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Back to throw here.
Open man is Quintez Cephas.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 4.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And he is going to have a Lions 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
They will run straight ahead with Swift.
And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19.
They'll set up to throw.
This one taken in by Cephas. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it.
And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? No. Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
They'll try and run some clock now with Jones.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
They'll go again to Jones. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Lions will take over. Elsewhere, fourth quarter score now from Baltimore. And the Ravens now really pouring it on. If they hang on, that would up their win total to 5 on the season so far. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Back to throw now on first down. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Here we go again.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 109 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it's just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Packers, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the Kansas City Chiefs come to town. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more,
today. From TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports.
On third down, here's Hall. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back. Tell him to take care of the ball and try and move forward.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. Now Austin. Nearly a huge return as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. That's caught downfield by Pickens. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. To throw is Watson. And he wisely will throw that one away.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Watson. Pass out to the sideline. Elliott with it. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So here we go. On now is the kicker, Chris Boswell. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Boswell's kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
And out out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 3 down, 3 down.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. They'll give him 4 yards there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Back to throw. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Here's Logan Cook now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Here's Austin. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. Watson on 1st down. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. He'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the 1st down.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson, and he'll just get rid of it. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Watson. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. $35 yards that time on the punt, and the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. In a tie game, 4th quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded inside the 5. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick six hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the fourth. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Three down.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Open man, that's Renfro. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Hall again on 2nd down. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Von Miller, a milestone sack for him as it moves him past Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor, who finished his career with 132.5.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Watson off play action. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. From the 9, here's 2nd and 9. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
I'm going back to you.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So now the Jags down by 7. At time, a huge factor. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Jags are moving quickly in the hurry-up. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Back to throw. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfro. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Now they got to get to the line quickly. He gets it underneath to Hall. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. They'll look to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. He dumps this one off here to Hall. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down one, is tempted to go for two. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd carried into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
So now this will be, in all likelihood, to force overtime. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. So now this will be, in all likelihood, to force overtime. And he has got it. So barring something crazy on the kickoff, we're looking at an extra period to decide this one. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the touchdown capped off by the PAT, and that means that we are likely heading to overtime. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback. The Steeler offense set to regain possession. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
Looking to throw again on second down. Watson. He finds Austin complete. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I can't believe they even let you play.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On second down, Elliott. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Faking the give. Now Watson. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Watson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now Watson.
Stop your whining.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball in his hands.
Set. 19. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some.
On 1st down, Watson. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Overtime with less than 2 minutes to play, and we are still all tied. Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. Gets past one man, and he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. Watch 23.
Now Watson. That one complete to Elliott. And his bid for the 1st down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. Now Elliott. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll try again with Elliott. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at the concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans streaming out unhappy, But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, Davis.
I kind of figured that was coming.
So for Pittsburgh, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Today, from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Set, 180. Check Mike 27. Watch the run, watch the run. Mike 27, Mike 27.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Mayfield. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Giants have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. And they just powered it in right there, Charles. 3 tight ends out on the field, the fullbacks for the defense. They knew what was coming.
They knew, but they weren't able to stop them. They knew they had to meet them with a little bit of force. But on that play, the big guys up front won the day.
Gano now to add the extra point. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Dallas offense set for this next drive. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
43 is the mic.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Prescott. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
31's the mic.
They'll run on first down. Edmonds. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Prescott's throw pulled in by Tolbert. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott. Flushed out right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott, and it's caught. Touchdown! Michael Gallup. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Seibert on for the PAT. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays, and it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Takes it at the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The possession switching back to the New York Giants. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. Mayfield on play action. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
From the 38, Mayfield. He gets this one to Johnson. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
I'm trying to understand. I just can't. I'm trying to understand. That's it, baby. We're going to work. Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 29.
Throwing, Mayfield. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Barkley inside handoff, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Mayfield to throw it. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 25-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that earns him a fresh set of downs. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And down inside the 15 he goes. 12 more yards there and another first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
49's the mic. Watch 49.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Little out route here, complete to Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard from 13 yards out. And the Giants answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter punch all throughout, and that touchdown breaks our tie here in the 4th quarter.
You're making me want to get back in the gym and start training again. You talk about those punches and counter punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that they're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. So Dak Prescott in the offense. Down by 7. 2:15 remaining. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on first down.
Right here, right here. 43's the mic.
Prescott on first down. He's got it complete to Tolbert. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Let's go, D. Big series right here.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Looking to throw. Prescott. Being chased out left. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Here's Dak. Open man is Uzama. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Now Prescott. Finding Bourne here over the middle. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Here's Prescott. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The Cowboys looking to get going again in a hurry. Prescott. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. Well, CD, you know he's got great options at wide receiver, tight end, but there he looks to the backfield, and it results in a touchdown.
I love how you laid that out. So many options. You maybe forget about some of the ones that you should be covering. And they made them pay with that one, didn't they? You forget about the guys in the backfield, they're eligible too.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. Takes it at the 7. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And now out come the Giants. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was off the ropes.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Mayfield to throw. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Thomas. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So it all comes down to the right foot of Graham Gano. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year, but he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.
So for the Giants, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they dropped just their second game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they will be back home next week for a date with Washington. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Big D. Once more, ETN. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Travis Etienne, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead, and they appear poised to break this long losing streak. Well, I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs. And if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. The last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
Locke's throw here taken in by Ingram. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Locke now on first down. Finds his man. It's John Mechie. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20. Squeeze, double. Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Watch the run.
Now Locke. Repeat of the last play going to Mechie here. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Here we go. Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20.
Locke looks to throw it again.
You don't want none.
He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
Mike 7. I got you. 7's a mark.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Come on now, let's go. Mike 20. Hey, I'm coming.
They look to throw. It's Locke. Setting up the screen, Harris. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Again, it's Locke. Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 36. Here's Locke to throw. Throw right side, taken in by Collins. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Locke now to throw. He gets this one to Mechie. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 20-yard line. Harris running straight ahead. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Mike
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Locke going to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jordan. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing now is Locke. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Now Locke, got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Panthers will get the football back. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high because mentally you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
On 2nd down, ETN once more. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 74 yards now for ETN, and he's got a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Okay, ready? 5, 6. Check, 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 check.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Let's go.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, check back, 6, back 6. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
ETN once more. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd.
Hey, check back 33. Check back 33. Let's go, D.
They'll drop to throw. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 39. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Let's see what you got.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Carolina, it's a win that was long overdue as they move to 1-6 now on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Houston, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
today. From Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports.
From the gun on third down, Murray. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he's on to kick it away. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
On second down, here's Mitchell. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. The Niners on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first.
Well, so often now we're praising tight ends for their nimbleness and how they catch the ball downfield. But occasionally we get a reminder that tight ends, they've got that tough guy aspect too. How about him catching that short one there, shaking off tacklers, and turning that into an expansive gain downfield.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Lance.
Let's go defense. Let's go defense.
And he will find his man Samuel. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it.
This defense is definitely reeling a little bit now. Back-to-back big plays given up. And you know what's all defenses talk about. How do you limit that? Instead, they got hit by a 1-2 punch those last couple of plays. And now they've got their backs to the goal line.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Mitchell will get into the end zone for a 49er touchdown. Well, we have seen the stiff arm get a bit of renaissance here in recent seasons, and that was pure strength there as he forced his way into the end zone.
And when you think of guys who use the stiff arm so effectively, I go back to guys like Earl Campbell, Walter Payton, some recent guys like Marshawn Lynch. Let's go to the Wayback Machine. Bronco Nagurski, he dealt out a wicked stiff arm.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. And Murray now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. There's still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and two-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. Murray now on first down. He's got McBride here over the middle.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. 2nd and 4.
54 Mike. I got him. Watch the safety creep.
Murray now to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. 3rd and 4. And this crowd urging on their defense. They're up and making noise. Here's Murray. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Hopkins. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Now remember, these two teams met in Glendale earlier in the season with the Cards coming out on top. So a win here in Santa Clara would give them the season series. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Murray's throw pulled in by Hopkins. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
They decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Hey, check Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
You better get in the weight room, son.
To throw is Murray. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 23. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football. Let's phrase this delicately, okay? Might have had a better option instead of throwing the football into double coverage.
He was blanketed. I was surprised that he went his direction.
Yeah, should have thought maybe about the check down, take the completion, keep moving.
On 3rd down, Robinson. And he's brought down short by a yard. It's a 3rd down gain of 4.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. They'll run for it with Robinson. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. Murray going to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. That's to McBride, and he has it. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th.
The touchdown is huge, but the focus now is on the 2-point play. I don't want to say they have a cushion here, but if they don't get it, they still have a chance for onside kick.
They would need some big-time help, but you're right. There would be a shot, but the focus right now. And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. To throw is Murray. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th. Huge conversion there to tie this thing up, but they're not done yet. Their defense needs to get a stop.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time for the other team to come downfield and put some points on the board, but job 1 was taken care of. The 2-point conversion to get this thing tied.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Now left side on the swing pass, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Now Lance. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the Arizona offense about set to take over. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Kaiser White, the former safety, gets the sack.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Back to throw. Murray. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. And we have free football. Overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end. Going to overtime because neither one got an advantage today.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Fielded right around the 8. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And San Francisco gets set to go here. All set up for him right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
Off of play action, here's Lance. They'll roll him out right. Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. And this is recovered by the Cardinals. And a costly, costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any point. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Lance looking to throw it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Excellent work there by Lance as he scrambles for the first down.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3 and out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
Come on, set. Yellow, 43.
Pick me up. Here we go. Hey, 25 is mine.
Now a play fake. Lance.
Here we go. Here we go.
To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Hey, 25 to the mic. We're going 25.
Throwing now is Lance. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Open to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. Here's Lance to throw it. Completes it to Samuel. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Brandon, that's a huge completion there. That puts them in field goal range, but let's face it, they don't want 3 here. They want 6. With these overtime rules, a touchdown finishes it off.
Yeah, looking to win it right away. Good to know, though, that they have 3 in their back pocket if they need it.
Ready, strike.
Go 25 to the mic. I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Hey, 25 to the mic.
On first down, Lance. And this one's incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Ready.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Watch QB drop. Hey, 25 to the mic. We're going 25.
Shotgun now for Lance.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Here's Lance. Buying time to his left. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
Going for it, it's Mitchell. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. We needed extra time to decide this one. The rushing score in OT finishes it off, but all throughout, really just a great game to witness.
I agree, and the whole time we were watching and working on this game, I had it in the back of my head. We could get to overtime. Just the way this game went, the ebb and flow of it all. And then to get there and finish it what I would call an old school way, a running play, because in today's NFL, we throw the ball to ring the bell, don't we?
Not there. They ran it in. And again, just a great, great game that we bore witness to. So for the 49ers, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Baltimore Ravens next week. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL.
Today, from Lumen Field in Seattle, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready? Get ready, get ready, get ready. Hey, check right, check right.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. They'll try the left side. Start. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy could be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Ready, go.
Up the middle they go. Start. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
32.
2nd and 4. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up 3rd and 1. Now a handoff up the middle. Stark. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try to make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run.
I don't even know why this team showed up. Ready, ready. 56 is the mic. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. He'll look to throw. And it's complete to Adams. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
The pickup there, 5 yards. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Right there in the middle, 55. You ain't going nowhere.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Shakes off, but in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. Charles, a nice play there, wasting no time making his presence felt for this defense.
And you know, we heard the same conversation around the league. A lot of people were surprised that he was available, and they let him go, and now he's going to make a big-time impact with his new squad.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. He'll look to throw. Oh, he catches it off the tip. It wasn't even intended for him. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
My game. I smell fear in that office.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Hey, we got a seal.
They'll look to throw again. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Nothing flashy there, the slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch. And then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
A good gain on 1st, has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's complete to Eskridge. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 37. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Back to throw again. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Throw out wide to Walker. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. He'll find Eskridge here complete. Clock running, and the Seahawks, they're running 2, trying to speed up to the line of scrimmage. He completes this to Walker. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. Again, he'll drop to throw. This is caught. Now the Seahawks going to use the 1st of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. They'll look to throw, and this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it's capped off by the Austin Hooper touchdown. And the Eagles are going to recover. And that might be enough to put a bow on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Ready, go.
And they'll indeed take a knee. So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You just at the highest level from both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, and both of them aggressively pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business, though. They were high flying, but they took care of the ball.
Yeah, they did. And just keeping it clean in a game like this with all these points, you don't see that very often, even at the highest level. Job well done by both sides. So for Philadelphia, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Seattle,
tonight.
Set! Lady! That's right, baby. They don't want it. 47's the mic.
on third down, here's Harris. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And they'll throw on first down with Newman. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first three quarters. And this deficit is going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth, but a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
It's a pickup of 12 and a Commander's first down. Newman. And that is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
On second down, Newman. Thomas has got it, complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
What did they call that on?
So give him the yardage on the completion and also tack on 15 more.
If you get that hand up there, you've got to let go immediately or just not close the hand at all. He didn't, gave it a tug, and that was easy for the officials to see.
On first and 10, it's Newman. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. And to throw again here, Newman escapes the sack, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Washington on third down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 10. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
Ready? Panther 60, Panther 60.
26, Mike, 26.
4th down. Here's Newman. And he gives himself up, but not before he gets the conversion. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback, and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a 1st down.
So this offense able to convert on fourth, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Now a first carry here for Robinson. He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A handoff running left is Gibson. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Newman looking to throw it. And he's got it. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Robinson will take this one in. Touchdown, Washington. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Joey Sly on for the extra point. It's up. It's true as they get back in it a bit here. It's now 23-10. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football. The risk reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
On the give, this is Harris. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They run again with Harris. And some space here. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 97 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Great time there to come up with his longest run of the night. We just saw it.
Leads to a lot of satisfaction because if they're able to hang on and win this game, you know what else will happen in the locker room after this?
What's that?
Head coach will step up and go, great job, guys. Because of that, come in a little bit later tomorrow.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll run. Here's Harris. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 6 DBs on the field for Washington on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Stafford. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Now Washington down by 16. A little over a minute and a half remaining. Their offense has struggled all night, and now they need to find 2 scores late to try to pull this thing out. Throwing now, Newman on 1st down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And we'll see if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee. 2nd and 11 now. Here's Harris, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Stafford down to a knee, and with it, he's going to ensure his guys a victory. So it's the Rams here that take home the W. And this one, Charles, and too much Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, you really have to credit the protection he got as well. He had time to throw all game long, and he took advantage, throwing for close to 400 yards and 2 touchdowns.
So for L.A., the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Washington,
Tonight, from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida.
Mike, 58, right there. Man, that's trash. That's trash. 58's Mike, 58. 58's Mike.
On first down, Brady.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Brady. And he wisely will throw that one away. Frank Reich here on fourth down is ready to try for 3. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bucs ready to take over once again. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Jackson. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes... So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on.